All right, what up, everybody? We're back again. This one was really great. We had a maiden five here. I'll let anybody try and solve it. Not from this position. I'm gonna lead into the maiden five, and then allow anybody that wants to try to solve it. You can go ahead and try. It's not that difficult to see, but I did think it was pretty aesthetic, and I think it's a good to show what can happen when you open up the G file. It can be devastating. It's pretty fun. So in this game, I'll just fast forward through the opening here. We had D4. I just kind of screwed around. It definitely wasn't a perfect play by me. I just wanted to bring my queen out. Just a quick game here. I think it's like a blitz time control 7+0. So we get the pawn out, brings his knight. I have to drop my queen back because I'm hit by the bishop. Knight takes, pawn takes. I really like this. I could have taken back with the queen, but I don't mind messing up my structure here. I'm going to castle long anyway. So why not open up the G file? He's probably not going to castle short here, so I can open up the G file, and he's going to castle right into my rook, which ends up happening. So it's pretty common. There's a line in the French that also goes like this. I think Levi Rossman has a course on it, but it's really nice. So we have pawn takes. I bring my bishop out, threatening mate in one here. So he has to defend that. And then I take back. He brings his bishop out. I bring my bishop out. Bishop takes, queen takes, brings his knight out looking to castle. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'd love for you to castle into that. I bring my knight out, and then we both castle. He brings his queen out, and this is where it gets a little sketchy for him. I'm able to push this pawn, forcing the knight to move, which is pretty much the last defender of this king side. As you can see, there's literally nothing else over here. Brings his bishop out, attacking my rook. Simply sidestep. I want to make this move anyway, so it's almost pointless for him to do that. I was planning on playing rook g8 by myself without the impetus of him. So knight in, I capture with my knight. You'll notice this is a really, I'll note why this is critical later on. And the key move here, bishop takes, and now mate in five. If anybody wants to calculate from here, you can pause. Not that hard to calculate, but pretty fun and definitely really aesthetic and nice to be able to do it. So if you want to do that, go for it. And now I'll get into it. So the reason behind taking the knight first, here I can actually go ahead and immediately play uh, queen to h3 because, as you can see, the evaluation is just great. I didn't play this because after something like this, I really didn't see the immediate mate here, and I did see it when I took the knight. What I saw in this position was rook takes, king takes, queen check, and king here. And I noticed that the knight was guarding this final check. If I could give this check right here, if I could give this check on f3, then I would mate. So I just simply reversed the move order in my head, did a little, and I ended up taking the knight first. And I realized if I could just remove the defender of that f3 square, I'd be good to go. So I simply take the knight, and now maiden five after he recaptures. So rook takes, super aesthetic sacrifice. And the moves speak for themselves. He has nowhere to go. All forced. And the mate, he let me play it out, which is pretty nice. Really fun here. I can show what happens if he doesn't take the rook. It's pretty nasty. I should turn off the computer here. It's gonna make my computer freeze. So let's say he doesn't take the rook. Oops. Go back here. So if he just plays something like king here, there's a couple of different ways to win this, but rook takes, king is forced to take here, and then we can simply slide the queen over, forced into one of these squares, and this is mate after I take the bishop. So yeah, I thought this was a super cool mate in five. Really nice idea with the G file. If you learned something, awesome. If you didn't, tell me to be more educational. All right, later.